We are about to do a couple FXRP fairing makeovers for you. And I wanted you to understand that while it seems like, you know, normally it's just Ryan and Dani doing all the work here, Jacob is behind the scenes as well as Shelton doing video and photos and making sure we get all the clips, whether we're using them for final edits or whether we're using them for the website stuff. We go to a lot of work to make sure that you understand this. So we'd love to hear from you in the comments below how we're doing, what you'd like to see more of. We're here for you. So we're only doing this because you're asked, all right? This is Chef Tony Caruana's bike. He just got named Virginia Chef of the Year. And so we're hoping that when he comes in, he's gonna bring all his utensils and make an Italian meal up in our fancy kitchen. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, I'd love that.
Okay. He is also the first guy who got our knife. If you've seen our Instagram, check that out. Just at Klock Werks, and Chef Tony did an unboxing of the knife. He chose the Springfield because he saw us do one of these on a bike with an FXRP fairing, and he said, you know what? I love my Indian, I love my Challenger, but I would love to have one of these bikes. So we're talking about maybe putting a 180 on it, we're putting some Kraus risers and some handlebars on it, but most importantly, the FXRP fairing has to go first, and then we'll get it off to Eric Solario out at Hollister Power Sports of California, do some flat black, do some wicked cool graphics on it, so stay tuned. Watch as we make over this beautiful bike.
Can I just show you something, Shelton? Come over here. You see anything wrong with this seat bolt picture?
No, that looks fine. Little buff.
Wowee. Cross-thread McGee.
Why are we removing?
Wow.
So we can watch him do that.
Ouch. And you fold your nail backwards. That did not feel good. Just so we're clear. Sure thing. Doo-doo-doo. Ugh. That zip tie should not be there, people. Thanks, buddy.
Nailed it.
We're all goofy goobers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole nacelle front piece should come off as one. Oh, wow.
You sure about that, homie? There's a lot of shit going on there.
Yeah. Hey, what do the destructions say? Why don't we look there?
Remove what's out here.
But there's no procedure on how to remove it.
Remove it.
Okay. For those of you at home, to detach the nacelle, what you want to do is you want to take the 4 bolts out of here. You want to remove your turn signals. And then what you want to do is you want to get up from behind here and you want to pull this zip tie out of here. Break that zip tie. And you want to remove the clutch cable from out of here. And then you want to disconnect the headlight. Once you do that, this loom and this clutch cable will come off, and this whole thing can come off, and you can disassemble it on the bench.
Working in there today.
The more you know. Can you please grab a set of dikes? All right, so this zip tie, cut it. This zip tie, cut it. This zip tie.
Why don't you cut it?
Cut it. Okay, and then you get up under here, and you pop that out. Then this whole piece. Oh, hold
I'm
on.
off if you took your clutch cable off the lever.
I'm just gonna set this back on here. So you take your clutch cable out.
What about that wedding? Not the thing we talk about?
It's getting married.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Yesterday we went and picked out the cake.
You know, for the amount of money you're spending on this wedding, you should have bought at least 2 new motorcycles.
Is it that much?
Not
Goddamn, dude.
new motorcycles, used motorcycles. There's a difference.
Have any of you heard of
Happy Meal?
a Mexican chocolate cake that has cinnamon on it?
Yeah. I haven't had it, but I've heard it.
Well, Heather, yesterday when I was asking about the gym guy's favorite cake, said that that's like the best. And then later on I found out it was her birthday. So.
It is Heather's birthday today.
So if we could find that cake, she'd be excited.
So this is the plate Shelton was talking about. Pullback plate. These are Harley Davidson risers from Kraus. So Kraus makes this piece, Kraus makes this piece. This piece goes on factory Indian tree.
Special order.
These go here. I gotta get hardware.
Happy birthday, Heather.
Heather, happy birthday.
Your neck bracket, you have to notch.
Why?
Because
Clearance.
if you want the wires to run internally through the neck bracket, you got to make a notch in the neck bracket. You know, something like that.
Okay, everyone. You guys remember what Brian was talking about earlier? How Shelton and Jacob are normally not seen on camera? Well, guess what? Today is your lucky day because you see this right here? We're gonna notch this brand new neck bracket so that this would normally sit like this and your wires would sit like this. But if you want to do it like the pros, you got to notch your neck bracket so then your wires will come through the neck bracket having a much cleaner look. So Shelton's going to pass me over the camera and you're going to see the master fabricator at work. Here we go.
Safety first. And third.
Look at how it's taking shape.
So you don't have to use all these fancy tools. And none of these are fancy because this is a super cheap ankle grinder from probably Harbor Freight. Or it's Menards special, isn't it? And then this is like 50 bucks at Harbor Freight. So nothing fancy.
What's the tool you're using right now?
Oh, this is a deburring tool off of Amazon for like $9. Just to get rid of the sharp edges. Because we got wires that run through here, so we don't want anything cutting wires.
Look at that. Look how it took shape. This is why he's our master fabricator.
I don't know about that.
Back to the bike. Now that we have our nice notch for our wires, we're waiting on some hardware that's going to be brought back to us. But now, basically, so that you guys would be able to see, you take this gang of wires.
Why does that have to be a gang? Why can't it be a club?
All right, take this club of wires, the Breakfast Club of wires.
That's a great movie, by the way.
Indeed.
Jacob, have you ever seen it?
Yes.
Okay, because you're kind of young, so I didn't know if that was before your time.
It's fair.
When this is sitting up on the bike here like that, connected to our neck bracket, then you see now,
Oh shit, that's fancy, dude.
right? So professional looking. It's perfect in every single way.
Ryan's coming out with an album.
Coming soon.
So
Shop
anyway,
Tunes by Ryan the Red.
Yeah, shop tunes.
Coming to a Harley Davidson dealership near you.
Yeah. Get my little gas caps right there. Hold that sucker on there.
It's not that we messed up our nice powder coat on this neck bracket. We're gonna touch it up with a black paint pen. And no one will know.
They're gonna know.
No one will know. Remember in school when they taught you to color inside the lines?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't really matter here.
Right on.
Perfect.
Awesome. We're just gonna let that dry and go over our destructions here.
What you doing?
Oh, I don't have one of them fancy bare knuckler knives, and so I'm trying to tear tape, and so I just don't have what I need. And I mean, I guess I have scissors right here.
We need an energy drink sponsor.
That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm. This episode of We Have No Idea What We're Doing is brought to you by C4. Energy for when you need a little pick-me-up. Would you like assist dance? I have one of these fancy knives. Speaking of knives, I think we still have a couple chef knives available. If you're watching this, you should probably go to the website and see if we still have any chef knives available. The thing is stupid sharp. Should we tell him?
Huh. Tell who?
I don't know. I'm trying to decide if that's on right. I don't feel like it is.
Should be. I just didn't have it on the thing. Normally,
It's backwards there, buddy.
why would it be backwards?
I don't know. Look at it. I have it tight to the frame.
I know, but look at the picture, dog. We don't have a highway bar. See? Flat. Come on, dog. Have a little faith.
Is there a mustache bar option?
For these?
Yeah.
No.
So
It's not flat.
So I gotta take this back off because we don't have a highway bar. Because we would need one to install the lower support mounts. This kit is not offered with its only bracket is for highway bar.
why would we do that?
I don't know.
So on this episode of We Have No Idea What We're Doing, we're finding out that we didn't do half the shit that we should have probably done. So we're gonna go find food and we'll come back later.
When we talk about these windshields, this is the original flare windshield. And this hip blows the wind out like this. So if this is 40, now this is 80. The faster you go, the bigger the pocket. You just measured right across the front and there's an 8-inch windshield. Then we went to this one and this windshield suddenly became a 9-inch windshield because you have a vent in here. This is a 9-inch windshield. 23.5 into 24, this becomes a 10. We had these bikes sitting here. This one, my 2020 and the new CVO. And we said, okay, are these windshields the same? Are they different? And the average consumer couldn't tell you they were different. And yet everybody comes into the booth and they're hung up on the number. I need a 6-inch windshield. I gotta have a 12-inch windshield. Whoa, I'm 6'3", that's 14 for me or nothing, I ain't running it. And what they really don't know is this is 8, this is 9, and this is 10. But 98 to 13, 14, all the way into 23, because they had older models that they kept with, and then this is 23.5 and 24.
Thank you for joining us back after our quick commercial break. As you can see, we now have a neck bracket on, as well as a highway crash bar. We did not have one of those.
Would you look at that?
So we found one, we put it on. I thought that the Road King and or Springfield would be a same fitment because the Road King fitment comes with both mustache and crash bar, but the Springfield, I guess because it's an Indian, they said you don't get a mustache bar. But maybe we'll change that. We want you to comment and vote on the video. Would you like to see a mustache bar option for this Indian Springfield? Let us know, let us know. Jacoby, what is your preference?
Could use trim out here.
No, I'm talking, would you want a mustache bar option or are you okay with the highway bar?
Well, I can pull off a mustache, so I'd go mustache.
Oh, okay. So you are also in favor.
Yes.
Okay,
You just said mustache, and I said yes. So.
okay. Now, our next step would be to disassemble the nacelle and prepare the headlight for the fairing.
I think that's what I'm doing.
Okay,
Just saying.
so then
Why don't you
the
put
next
a
thing I
fairing
would
on?
do is grab these 4 bolts and this plate and the fairing that says FXRP Indian Springfield. We don't need that. We don't need that where we're going.
What are you doing, Dani?
Do a little of this, a little of that. Taking the screws out.
Okay.
Get this headlight.
Why are you taking that headlight apart?
That's what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, okay. Why are you supposed to do it?
So you can put it in our bracket.
Oh, that's cool. So you can reuse the VDM motor with our fairing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's pretty punk rock.
Save you some money.
That's important in today's economy.
Oh yeah. Just like that.
Boom.
Boom.
Don't need no stinking drill bit.
For those of you at home, I recommend grabbing a drill bit at least 3/8, maybe one size bigger, and running through all of these holes.
It's a tight fit. Just get the drill bit.
That way, after paint, everything fits and you don't have to drill new paint.
What did we learn today, Ryan?
We learned a couple things.
Oh boy.
Number one, you need a highway bar to run an Indian Springfield FXRP fairing kit. If you're working with a one-piece highway bar, you're going to need 3/16 steel bushings for the lower plate. If you have a two-piece, bolt right together. You're going to need some sort of a riser setup to clear the windshield. We prefer Kraus. They make really nice stuff. That's what we use on all of our stuff.
And we actually offer a riser now that would work. You just need to adapter plug.
And it's the
Same as his
Shelton
name.
riser. My man behind the camera designed them. They're pretty slick.
And they got a phone mount on them.
And they have a phone mount.
GPS or
Or for you guys who want to be cool and think you're cool and you want to have your power vision mounted to your bike because you need to know what your bike is doing when you're riding down the road, you could totally mount it right there.
Yeah.
And you could just be like riding like this and go, oh, still no engine light, and keep on cruising. The other thing we learned is whatever size is one bigger than 3/8, use that drill bit and drill out these fairing holes so that you don't have to do that after you get it back from paint and chip your paint up. What else did we learn? Tape off your fork cams so that you're not scratching those up in the test fitting procedure. And use a fender cover. What else did we learn? This is what we were talking about with the highway bar mount. This is the only mount that we offer for the Indian Springfield. When we move over to the Road King over here, you guys are going to see what we're talking about when we offer the highway bar mount and the mustache bar. So again, let's hear it in the comments. We want to hear your vote. Should we come out with a mustache bar kit option for the Indian Springfield, or do we like the highway bar mount? We want you to tell us. She'll ride. You want to do headlight cover, or do you want to do windshield?
Whatever you don't want to do, I got you.
It's not that I don't want to do it.
I think you're tall enough for this one. So.
Okay.
Oh, no. Yeah, you can do that. Don't put this in the film, but yeah, you got that.
Why don't you want to do that?
I just want to see how good you're at it. Let's see.
Oh, I can do it.
Yeah, let's see it.
See this little seam right here with the glue? Put it right in between these two notches right there. That indicates the bottom of the lens. The more you know.
The more you know.
And then you just kind of wiggle worm your way around the lens and pop it on there. And then when you install the lens, you don't over tighten it, because then you crack it.
You got all that, Jacob?
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Perfect.
Complete. Give it a wipe down on the inside and put that guy there.
Would you look at that? So now that we got it all mocked up, we're gonna disassemble it and send it to paint. And while it's at paint, we could disassemble the bars, wire up the new bars. And yeah, you got anything else, Ryan?
Thanks guys for tuning in on this episode of the FXRP fairing install on this Indian Springfield. We hope you've enjoyed the tips and tricks that we shared with you guys, and hope to see some fairings out there on some Indian Springfields here soon. Be sure to tune in with us next time as we put these bars together, and we'll have the fairing back from paint by then and give it a complete makeover. So until then, be cool, get clocked. See you later. Give you a real wow factor.
A real wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow.